Context. The article highlights that state election commissions, SECs, need urgent reform. What are state election commissions, SECs? Aspect details. About SEC independent constitutional authority administering elections to local bodies, municipalities, panchayats, etc., within states. Before 1992, elections to local bodies were conducted by respective state governments. Establishment amended Constitution in 1992 via the 73rd and 74th Amendments to provide legal sanctity to local self-governments, LSGs. Article 243K and Article 243ZA established SECs in every state as constitutional bodies. Appointment. State Election Commissioner appointed by the Governor. Tenure and conditions and tenure determined by the Governor cannot be varied to the disadvantage of the Commissioner after appointment. Removal can only be removed in the manner and on grounds prescribed for the removal of a High Court judge. Significance. Ensures fair play for political parties by enforcing the Model Code of Conduct. Powers and functions. Superintendence, direction and control of electoral rolls and conduct of elections to panchayats and municipalities. Voter list preparation. Does not prepare a separate voter list. Uses lists prepared by the Election Commission of India, modified for local body elections. Delimitation powers. Responsible for delimiting constituencies before each general election to local bodies, every 5 years. Political party registration. Empowers to register and deregister political parties within the state. Key issues with the functioning of state election commissions, SECs. Disempowerment. State governments often delay delimitation and elections for Panchayat Raj institutions, weakening sex authority and harming local governance. Urban local governments. CAG's audit revealed that 70% of urban local governments in 18 states did not have elected councils. Survey findings. Janagraha's 2023 survey found only 11 out of 34 states/UTs have empowered SECs to handle ward delimitation, covering only 35% of India's population. Legislative ambiguities. Legal ambiguities and overlapping powers create confusion and conflict, with state governments sometimes passing legislation that limits sex powers. Lack of judicial support. Weak judicial intervention in disputes can undermine SEC autonomy, emboldening state governments to interfere. Implementation issues. Delays in conducting local body elections and administrative excuses can prevent timely electoral processes. Interference by state governments. Attempts to influence SECs, such as delaying appointments or undermining authority, compromise their independence. Implications of these issues. Erosion of local democracy. Weakens grassroots democracy and accountability. Undermining public trust. Compromises public confidence in the electoral process. Reduction in electoral integrity. Risks unfair practices and electoral malpractices. Centralization of power. Contributes to power centralization, reducing decentralized decision-making effectiveness. Reforms needed in the state election commissions, SECs. Reform description. Supreme Court in the 2006 Kishan Singh Tomar case. SECs should have the same independence and authority as the Election Commission of India, ECI. Second arcade. The second arcade suggests that the state election commissioner should be appointed by the governor based on the recommendation of a collegium comprising the chief minister, the speaker of the state legislative assembly, and the leader of the opposition in the legislative assembly. Law Commission 255th Report on Electoral Reforms. The report recommends adding a new subclause to Article 324 of the Constitution to establish a separate, independent and permanent secretariat for the Election Commission of India, similar to the Lok Sabha/Rajya Sabha secretariats under Article 98. Similar provisions can be made for the state election commissions to ensure autonomy and fair local body elections. Fixed intervals for delimitation of ward boundaries and seat reservations should be mandated every 10 years to prevent arbitrary delays and ensure timely elections. Preventing malpractices. SECs should oversee elections for critical local roles, such as mayors and presidents, to prevent malpractice. Adequate resources and funding. SECs should receive direct funding from the state budget, with adequate infrastructure, technology, and staffing to manage elections effectively.